All right, so I'm here in the final part of our lesson on writing blog posts, and got my blog post done. You've seen me go through the whole process. I now have all my pictures into. One thing I noticed is that for some reason, every time that I imported or quote unquote borrowed a picture, they allowed me to put a caption. On the ones where I stole the picture, put it from my own file, they didn't allow me to put a caption. So you see some of my pictures have captions, some don't. It's a little bit of a style flaw, it's not perfect. But in this case, I think I'll let it slide. It's not a big deal. But again, you kind of want to have a consistent style. I mean, it really depends on your blog, but I like to always have a consistent style to my blog. Yeah, so I have this all done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and preview it. Take a look. Take one final look, and we can see how the blog post is going to look to my readers. Alright, so here's one thing that frequently happens if you put in pictures in my theme. Now again, all of our themes are different in WordPress. If you put them into mine and then put a caption, what'll happen is you'll get a corruption and it'll shrink your text for some reason. So I'm going to show you how I fix that. And that's good that we kind of identified that error together, so that if you ever have the same problem, you'll be able to use my little technique. What I did is I went and I cut the text, pasted it back in, but this time put it into a little different place on the post. And now I'm going to go ahead and reformat all of it. And let's go and preview and see how it shows up this time. Hopefully that fixed it. Yeah, as we can see, it fixed it. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can do the rest of these really quickly. I apologize if this is boring you, but I want to go and publish the post while you're watching. So before I can do that, let me go and fix this. And again, if you have this problem, you'll be able to fix it the same way. And in general, let me just read through this, make sure that I'm, yeah. So in general, if you do run into these little problems, a lot of using WordPress does come down to experience. There are little problems you're going to have here and there, and just troubleshooting them on your own is going to give you a lot of experience. I mean, everything I've shown you in this lesson are things you could have learned on your own, but just spending the half hour or so, whatever we've been spending going through this, I'm sure has just punched up your learning curve by hours and hours. So you'll probably just feel much more comfortable using WordPress. All right, so again, let's do our final run through, our final look. See if that corruption is showing up anywhere. Nope. We look good. All right. So this post is good to go. Now, before I hit publish, let me show you a few more things that you may that may apply to you and your blog. Now, if you've ever seen Super Trainer, you know that I have a certain type of theme where it shows a little preview. I'm trying to go to the home page. Shows a little preview of the content of every post. Has the title and preview, first few lines. It does this automatically. I don't need to do anything in my post for that to happen. But depending on what theme you're using, you may need to uh, set up a kind of preview where a certain amount will be shown on the home page, and then somebody has to go and click the actual post title in order to see the rest of the post. And the way you would do that is they have a little button here. I hope you can see that where I am in the text editor. It's called the Insert More tag. So you press that, and what that'll do is it'll cut the post right there. So everything above the continue reading the insert more will show up on the home page as kind of a preview, and then someone will have to click a button that says continue reading in order to see the entire post, or they can click the post title. And again, this only applies to certain WordPress themes. In my old version of Super Trainer, that applied, but in the current version it doesn't. So that's one thing there that you'll need to use. We have here the insert video button. I think I'll record another lesson for to show you that at another time, or you can go and play around with that yourself and try to figure it out. But I will record a lesson for you about that. Alright, there's nothing really else important that I show you that I need to show you right now. We've seen top to bottom how to create a good looking post. Again, there are obvious things you can do here. You can put certain things in bold, and those are all just very common things. So I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And it's as simple as that. The post is now live. I'm going to hit view post. It's going to take me to the post. The post is now here on the blog. And all these links, I can just scroll over them to see if they're active or not. All the links are working. And if I just go to the home page of Super Trainer, I can see that this post is now there. And if I click the post, obviously, we can see the post. Alright, so there, I took the post live. You saw the whole process. Again, it is a little time consuming. We always try to do whatever we can to cut the time down on writing a good post. This was particularly a long post that I put together, so this one did take me quite a bit of time to edit. I saved some time in the writing process by reading it into CopyTalk. So whatever you got to do, and a lot of times what you can do is once the size of your business, your online business gets to a certain point, you maybe just be able to send the text over to your assistant and they'll do the rest for you. I know many bloggers that do that. Alright, so that wraps up our little blogging lesson. I hope you feel more comfortable with writing your own high quality blog posts based on what I've shown you here right now.